In this tutorial, we're going to have a look at scrolling text and how this animated feature will help to give your website a bit of life. And what we're going to do is put it into this demo page that I've been building for other tutorials. We're going to have some scrolling text going underneath this image in this Polaroid header section. But to start off with, I thought I'd show you the very basics and show how we can create it in its own panel or section and then expand it to the full width of the page. One cautionary note before we jump in, always treat this one carefully because we can put too much movement, too much animation into our pages. So if, for example, we've got this one, and then we've got more scrolling text, it all starts to fight with each other and it becomes too busy. So to start off with, I'll get the section right, and we're going to need to compress and remove the space above and below the text. So if I edit section, and we're going to change the height of that section. I can also do it manually as well by these three dots and get that to exactly as I want. So this is how we can create it to its own panel, own section, and we can actually snap it either side to make it full width on the page. Nice feature. We can see it's loading in one at a time on the right as it disappears on the left. If I double click on this, we can see that there's only one title, and as with most of the other features in Squarespace, this will probably be familiar to you. You can change the text, and also you can change the text block in between. Essentially, we're just adding two text blocks, and if we got 2, it'll repeat 2. If we got 3, it'll repeat 3. If I go with the standard Squarespace spiel, and we can see now that there's actually not enough of a divider in between the two. I can click in and duplicate this, and I can now move it further down the page. Okay, we can change those icons. So if you wanted to use hyphens instead, of course you can do that very easily. But that, in essence, is how it works. We've got design settings then, wave intensity, so we can have the text appearing like a wave. Again, try not to go too creative with it on most projects. And also we can adjust the speed of the text. So that for me is way too fast, but the 0.5 is always a nice, smooth approach. A couple of other options as well. We can pause it on hover, so as the cursor goes in, when we're in preview mode, it'll stop the text. And also we can fade the edges out. So what it does is it puts a CSS gradient over left and right hand side. And for a full width scrolling text like this, I think that's a great addition. We can add the stroke above and below, but because this version's in its own panel, we don't need to do that. So yeah, a very handy feature that's already up and running in Squarespace. So let's try and save our progress, and let's add the same effect in this section here. First of all, I'm going to create some space, so I'm just going to select any blocks below and just move them down. Also adding some extra space if I need some more breathing space below as well. And now I can bring this down another 2 grid rows. There we go. Quite happy with that. Now we're going to add in a new scrolling text block. And we have to just move it into position. So this time we're not going full width. We're actually going to the width of this frame, or actually less so, because we want it cutting in below. And this time we're going to actually change the text. We'll just go with that, keep it simple. I want the speed on 0.5. It's really important to have that in place for me. We're going to fade the edges. And we don't need to pause it on hover because it's pretty clear, the text and what it is. We can change the text size, but again, I'm quite happy with the small text size. But we could maybe try and reduce it a little bit further if we wanted to. Yep, pretty happy with that. So this is an advanced feature showing how you can get the most from your layouts, add a little bit of movement if it's all a little static for you. But as I said, just be careful about not overdoing it. Let's just preview this in mobile view and see how it works. So here, for example, I could bring this block down, just take it in on the left and the right. Bring this block up a bit, give myself a bit of breathing space. Yeah, I'm just going to bring that down 2 spaces below. Lovely. Nice and straightforward. There's a bit of work to do on the other layouts here, but I'm not going to worry about that in this tutorial. And because we put this in its own section, Squarespace pretty much knows what to do with it, and that's working well. So if you want any scrolling quotes, announcements that you want to jump out from the page, then this scrolling text block is a very handy addition when we know when and where to use it. Hope you found this helpful. There's loads of tutorials like this on our Website Builders YouTube channel. Plus also we've created a new free school community dedicated towards providing these videos, but also providing a forum where you can ask questions. There's information in the description. We've also got a premium private community for those who are looking to get the most from their Squarespace or hosting a websites and are really struggling with some of the technical aspects, or alternatively for those who are looking to use website builders like this to kickstart their career. And that's of course how I transferred from running an agency to working with small businesses, creating fast turnaround Squarespace sites. Hope you found this helpful, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.